In the center of the city, there was an unremarkable bus stop. An old man would always sit on the bench at 6 p.m. He would habitually leave a space next to him, as if waiting for someone. Suddenly a gust of wind blew by. The old man's hat was lifted by the wind, and his thoughts drifted back 60 years. Back then he was still a young man. He almost missed a date because he was late. But the woman wasn't angry. Instead she gave him a hat. From then on the woman always sat on the right side of the bench, because that way, she could greet him the fastest. Eventually the man overcame his shyness, and placed a ring on the woman's ring finger. From that day on, they walked hand in hand, and built a home together. But their happy days didn't last long. The man was drafted to the front lines, and had to part with his wife. On the day they separated, they embraced affectionately at the station. As the train departed, you could see the woman already had a baby bump. After that, the woman often came to the station, waiting for her husband to return home, and she waited like that for half a year. Sometime later, their child was born. She brought the baby to wait at the station, but as the child grew older, her husband still didn't return. 6 months later a bus arrived at the station. The man finally came back. The moment they saw each other, he dropped his luggage, and held his wife tightly. No words were needed. The boy met his father for the first time, excitedly placing the hat on the man's head. Their family was finally reunited. But now the old man looked at everything, yet couldn't feel happy at all. It turned out that 5 years later, the wife became seriously ill. The man held her hand and came to the station, waiting for the bus called death. In the end they smiled at each other, and the woman boarded the bus alone. Even at the last moment, she couldn't take her eyes off her husband. She knew she would never return. Afterwards the man turned around, and merged with the old man. When he woke up again, he was back in reality. But the next second, the old man found that his watch had stopped. Maybe it was broken. He touched his head in frustration, only to find his hat was floating above him. No matter how he pressed down it wouldn't go back on. When he finally took it off, the old man realized he had already passed away. Everything just now was a flashback before death. At that moment, a bus slowly pulled in. The old man looked closely, and showed a shocked expression. It was his wife coming to pick him up. They hugged again. Just like decades ago, life will always come to an end. Those who leave first just got on the bus a bit earlier. When we grow old, they will come on the last bus to take us away.